welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Last episode we left off, we got Braavoslov and Gary Station back up from Season 1, Episode 1. Something that I did promise at the end of Episode 1 for Season 2 was that we would get the construction yards underway so that we're not just planning everything out for 2 episodes and then it's almost like we're watching paint dry. So with that being said, we are going to get these up and running. And yes, I did want to do just picking up bricks from the storehouse. So that being said, we're going to set everything up to 3,500 that they can go grab what they need. And then we're going to do the same kind of rough setup. So actually, before we get underway on that, do any of the buildings in Braavoslov require? Yes, they do require gravel. And I feel if we're doing everything at the border, it's going to get very congested very quickly. So I think what I am going to do is I will set up a gravel storage right here, just for a temporary location to store our gravel. Just so that's a little bit quicker than bringing everything in through the border, so we don't have to bring our gravel in. So we'll just do that right off of there. Actually, because I think that might back up. Hold on. Yeah, that's gonna back up the. It's gonna back up the fuel. I don't want it like that. I'd rather have it honestly like this. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So we can store gravel there. That's great. So what we're going to do is we're going to get another... we're going to get our first, I guess, for this playthrough, right? Our first oil tanker. We're just going to need one for right now. And then what we'll also do is our dumpers. We'll get... I think what we'll do is we'll get 2. And then for here, we will grab open hauls. And what we'll do is we will grab 2, just because we're only going to be storing steel. And with our distribution center set up, I have went ahead and activated the game. So I think from here on out, pretty much the game's going to stay active. We have a lot of construction that needs to be underway, so we can leave everything pretty much running. Yeah, we won't have to really pause it anymore. So what we're going to need to do, and I think what I want to actually do, instead of getting those really large dumpers that take a lot of time to fill up and are slower because they only can go 35 kilometers, what I think I'm actually going to do for these centers is I'm going to actually get the smaller dumpers on the construction offices. I'm only going to go with the T138 dumpers because they can take about 10 tons at a time, and I really think that's all that I'm going to necessarily need early on until we really need those big dumpers. But I think what we'll do is 2 of these. We're not going to need bulldozers currently. We will need buses. We will need mixers. So I'm going to do 2 mixers as well. That'll max out this storage or construction office. So move on to the next. And what I want to do here is I think what we will start off with is just 2 excavators here. I might actually open up some construction offices a little bit closer to what we're going to be doing. So I'm only going to do... I'll do the level 3, actually, because I won't be able to pull that many workers, so it doesn't really make sense. So I'll actually just do the level 22 excavators. I'll do 2 of them, and then we'll also do road cranes here. We'll do level 26. We'll do 2. So that'll fill that one up as well. Awesome. So we have mixers, dumpers, we don't have covered hauls, and we don't have uncovered hauls. So what I'm going to actually do here is, again, I don't need these large ones here, I don't think. So I honestly think these T138s, I'll do 2 of them. I honestly might even be able to get away with just 1 for the start. Yeah, so we'll actually do just 1. And then our open hauls we'll do the rest with 3 of these. And I think I'll do... Yeah, I'll do the same with these. They are more money, but less than the big one. So I'll do 1, 2, 3. So we'll max that one out. Perfect. And then we just need some buses. Again, we can't pull that many passengers. So I think these 40 40 should be good, and we'll just do 2 to start with. And then that's perfect. So then what we will do, now that the distribution offices are up, we'll quickly just pause the game. So we'll tell them to load gravel and fuel, and then we'll tell them to unload fuel and unload gravel. We'll keep it about 70% for both, so they should go off and running. And then here we will assign them here and there, and they'll load steel and they will unload steel. If this ends up not really working because we're going to have a huge massive traffic jam at the customs house, I might just go back to storing all of them, and I'll just find a place to store them. So with that being said, now we have to designate that for the gravel, designate that for steel, and then designate everything else that they can grab wherever they see fit for themselves, and we'll copy and paste that to all of them. Perfect. Okay, so everything is now going to be up and operational, kind of more underway. There's a lot of construction for them to do. Braavoslov should get put up pretty quick, just because a lot of these buildings don't require a ton of resources to get up. So they'll start their processes of working on kind of things that are more near and dear and close to them. So we're not going to look to set up the gravel currently. What I do want to do is right now we don't have any shopping district or anything that is currently set up for the citizens. There's no kind of amenities for them. So they just don't really have anywhere to go. Something that I believe that we looked at last episode is the difference between this small shopping center or this small shopping center. They're like both the same, but they require different needs. And it looks like, so I think the only difference between is this one has 3 ports to come into. This one only has 1. And like I think I mentioned previously, is even though if we only have 1 entrance, the one warehouse can be on the backside. And then for the meat storage, we can just import it ourselves and not have to really worry too much about where the import is coming from. We can be the one to bring it in. So I think what we'll do is we will place the shopping center here, and then the shopping is there. This gives us, again, what did it give? It gave food, clothes, electronics, and meat. So I think that's perfect. And then off the back side, we will just put a pretty small warehouse. We don't need anything massive. And I think this is the smallest warehouse we can produce currently. So, and then to avoid congestion for the city, or for the town, I think I might set this up here and have a way for them just to come in, but then also have a way, well, for the trucks, because I might just make a bit of a shortcut. So what I think I'm going to do is place this here, and then we can run, so I kind of want this into the town, right? I don't want them to have to go out. So we could have it ran here, and then this would just be more of a location, but we could also run it off like this, and then into the city or into the town, and then we could do like this. But I think that might not be beneficial because that's going to create a lot of congestion off that road. So I do think probably just having it like this come into the city would be our best. So they're not really congesting anything, and it's just off to the backside, so we don't have to really worry about it too much. And then we do have some pedestrian paths that we can walk in, but I think right now, I think it's pretty set. We have all of the connections all connected up, so that's great. Don't have to worry about that. And we did, last episode, we did put down the pub, but we never put down kind of any culture. We did put down some sports. We put down a children's location, so school, kindergarten. Didn't put down the orphanage. We're going to again go for a technical university. We'll just go for, I think that's the small one, because yeah, that's the large one. We don't need the Don't need the massively large one. So this isn't a crucial aspect that we have it always operational. Like we can set this to 0 and just not have it working if we need to pull workers kind of off the line and doing things for other needs. But it is good to have placed, but actually just for the time being, so I can actually navigate and see what exactly needs to be still placed, and to make sure that we don't have to place some more connections, I'm going to currently skip placing that. And what I think I'm going to do instead is place in our small clinic. I do believe I want a road that can jot out this way, so I think I'm just going to put it in temporarily as a road that I believe that I want to have, so I don't place anything in the way, because we don't want to block ourselves in. We still want room to be able to flow and move. And I think a great location, I think a good location for this clinic is actually right here. It's just off the way. It is very close to the bus stop. I believe it's accessible by the bus stop. Yeah, for sure is. Okay. Actually, I think I might place it right here, right at the corner. I think that looks good. And then what we'll do is I won't connect it because they have a road connection. Perfect. That looks good. So yeah, we're covering health. We do need a small fire station to be able to fight fires. And I actually might place, I might place it out here just so it's between everything. So in case a fire happens, we can actually get to the fire quickly and not just have everything burned to the ground. I think I will actually connect it on the back side there just to give them a little bit more freedom and flow. Looks good. Awesome. So what I do need as well over here is some waste. And I'm not sure. These are the big ones. What I could do is I could do a big one here, and then we would really not have to worry about waste, but I don't know if I really want that big of a waste collection. I think we're okay with just the large stand for the citizens. I think we can just place it, probably going to place it outside of the grocery store and not outside of the clinic. So I'm going to place it right here. That still gives me the option, if I did in the future want to run a pedestrian pathway around it, and it also will cover, I do believe it was covering, we can double check actually just to ensure. Yeah, it was covering the clinic as well, so that's perfect. And I think that means that all that we're really left with needing, because we have clinic, fire station, kindergarten, school. We need the technical call university, but I'll figure that out in a minute. We do need a police station, but we don't need, I don't know if we actually need a police station. I think our crime does go up, but we're bringing in mostly Soviet bloc. So I think we're actually okay without it currently, and we don't need that. So one thing that we will need is culture. And I think it's 12. Yeah, see, that's 100. Wow, that's 184 tons of concrete opposed to just this small little thing. I think what we'll do is we'll actually just start with a small house of culture, and we'll just place it. Gee, would it look better if it was in here amongst the citizens? Does it actually reach everybody? It actually does currently reach everyone. It also reaches the bus stop. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to place it in here. I just think that sits a little bit better amongst everything. It's right by the school, so you know, field trip, right? Potentially not, but in this world, we'll say it's a field trip. So I'm trying to get it right close up to the school, so it almost just looks like one building. We can just do that, and then I think just to have sanity, I'll hook that up there as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, they can drive in here and do everything they need. That's great. So looks like Gary Station is really getting up and running. Looks like everything is really getting up and running quite quickly. Do we have anything that is not doing anything? Well, they filled that up. They filled that up. Yeah, so It's more or less just things kind of sitting. Why are you sitting? You have... Is it just because you don't really have any? Oh, you need boards to finish. Is it because there's no construction done on the groundwork? Yeah, because everything... You have a large list, so it just must mean that you just don't really have a need to go currently. So that's okay. I'm sure they'll activate sooner rather than later. They just probably don't have a need to do anything currently. Awesome. And what are you waiting for? Resources on construction site. You're missing asphalt. And these dumpers must all be kind of being used. Yeah. Okay, that's all right. It looks like the dumpers are... Where's this eye? Where are you off to? Oh, the brick house. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see. You're about to drop off 7 tons. Okay, perfect. Cool. That is looking good. Everything's moving. All right, so we have housing. I believe we have enough. We have a grocery store. We have a pub, just a small one. We have horticulture to keep them happy. The biggest thing, though, is that this small clinic is actually enough to manage the amount of citizens we have. Because if we... what I learned is the very crucial things is that nobody dies, but like alcohol is not really at all an important factor. It's good to boost happiness quickly, but your shopping centers is very important because they need food so they don't die. Your clinic is very important, but you can get away with culture and sports. So I don't believe police is necessary early on, but our technical university is rather necessary. I mean, we can just tell this to not be active construction, and we can look to at least figuring out where we would like it, not necessarily that we have to place it. It is a building that doesn't need a road connection. It can just get placed down without a road connection, so that is great. I wonder if we can fit anything in here. I wonder if anything would. Yeah, we can kind of wrap it up like that. Cool. Okay. Actually, can we turn is too sharp? I believe we can. Yeah, okay. So I can kind of wrap it up, and I wonder if we can fit... What if we can fit like something tiny in here that would be highly beneficial and not just random. We do need dump. We do need a dump. That is something that is going to be very crucial. Okay, I think a small hotel. That's a small hotel. The other one was not a small hotel. That was massive. Come on now that I believe that most of our almost essential services are built up, and actually, wow, we're not even that far into the game, and Gary Station is almost up. I believe last season it took us almost 3 episodes to do anything, so we're learning fast, and that's good. So now that I believe most of our essential services are up and operational, I would like to start looking at getting the connections hooked up and how that's going to work. And I think I actually, before we do that, I am going to go ahead. I'm going to change this down to 25, and I will actually place this technical university. I'm just going to place it in. I'm not going to tell them to start building it, but I kind of would like it so that it does flow off the side. Does this actually... Oh, this does reach the bus stop, but it doesn't reach the house up there. But the house up there reaches the bus stop, so they should technically all be able to reach. So if I put it here like so, they should all be able to reach, because they can reach the bus stop, which is perfect. And then, yeah, they have... I'm gonna actually delete this small garbage stand, and I'm actually going to... I think who it was supposed to be for was, yeah, everyone over there. No, that needs to stay. Unless... Can I set that like that? Cancel the walkway path. And then does... Yeah, this does reach. And then actually reaches a lot more facilities than just kind of that little bit of corner. So I can do that. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's what I wanted to see. And then I had it deactivated. So I'll activate the construction and active construction. Okay, perfect. So now that the university's in, we're not going to start building it because just currently we don't really need it. I'm wondering if the police station is more of a essential service that we get up and running. I'm wondering if having the House of Culture right there is going to be... I feel like it's going to be a little bit awkward. Let me destroy that before they start working on it. I just think it's going to be a little bit awkward of a position. I'd rather not have something awkwardly placed. So let's put the House of Culture back. Yeah, we'll still do it next to the school, but I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna place it right there, and then we'll connect it here, and we'll connect it there. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot more. Okay, that's good. I like that. So like I say, we need a way to hook up. Currently, our electricity is technically in. Everything is placed and down. It just needs a location where we're going to get everything from. So what I want to do is I want this to be active construction. We need a small water well. I believe last episode we looked to have it placed here, because I don't think I want to build on this side of the road. If anything, everything's going to be built over there. This is just going to be kind of almost dead space. And then I set the water so that the purification can be over here, and then I can run in. But that being said, I would have to set up a new location for a bus stop. If I did that instead of just setting up the water purification, just like in here. Does the water purification plant, does that cause pollution? Water treatment, daily consumption, wattage, power, garbage, toxic liquids to be eliminated. Doesn't say that actually causes any type of anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually delete that before it's built. We will add back the water substation because now I want it to point that direction. So actually, if we add it right there, that would be able to avoid everything. Yeah, okay, that looks a little bit better. I do like that more. Something I was trying to think about, but it kind of is lapsing me now, which is okay. So yeah, oh yeah, a water tower. That's something. I don't know if we're gonna need a buffer like that right now. What I think I might do is the pump that goes into the town, I'm gonna have it as a three-way pump, because we do need. So even if we put down the small water treatment, we're going to need. So it's going to come in here, and then can we mirror this? And then we can send it out to the city. Yeah, so I think my best bet is honestly right in here. Actually, could I set it up here? No. I'm thinking my best bet, honestly, is right in here, with the water coming in from the water pump, and then we pump it out. And then we are still close enough where I believe not much traffic is going to be developing, that we can just store chemicals in this warehouse as well and just bring them over. Or we could put another warehouse just on this side. and just have it so that we're bringing chemicals in. But it really doesn't need much chemicals to actually supply itself. So I'm a little bit like, maybe we might need it, maybe we won't need it, but I don't think currently right now. So small water pumping station, and actually I'm gonna go with the big one. I know it costs, really doesn't cost much more, but what I want it to do is I want it to go, so I want it to mirror it. Wait, is this, no, this is, oh, beautiful. It's even hooked up to our sewage and everything. I think it's like just on the outside edge of it. So yeah, what I want this to do is I want this to be here like that, right? And then what we can do is, I think what we'll do is coming out of here, we'll do a large, right? We'll plan that. So a large will come in, but then I only think out of here, I only think we're going to need a medium, like so. So it'll come out, and then this gives us more options in the future to run along this highway that we're going to make, kind of that bypasses the town. So that'll be good. And then that means that we can place the water well 94. That kind of gets out of the way. I think I'm okay with 94, to be honest. I mean, 95 would be great, but I think it puts us out of the range of our electricity. So honestly, I'm more than fine with 94. We'll purify it. So yeah, 94 works for me. Now all we have to do is connect it up, and I think I'll just run it like so, or do I want to run it here? No, I'll just do a straight run in. It's saying that that's straighter than this. I don't believe it. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll also connect it there. So a little bit of a offshoot. And then out of this, the water pump, we just need a small one because it's going to be a 1-to-1 in my eyes for a feed. And then perfect. We still get, yeah, because 1-to-1, and then we're fine. We will still be able to get power. Let's mirror this and turn it. And then we'll set it right. I think I'm going to do right here. We'll set up a walkway like so, and then we will hook up. Max flow at max pressure per day, 127. How much can this flow out? Pumping station. Oh, we need the small water well. Max daily is 70. So this won't be able to fully push it through, but what can our water purification? It can do 120. Okay, so it is probably beneficial to set up a large pipe. It's gonna take more. Yeah, it's gonna take quite a bit of gravel, but I think that's fine. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll activate that. So now our well is still hooked up to power. We don't have to worry about that. This is still hooked up to power. Don't have to worry about that. And nobody has to actually work here, so that's wonderful. And then the people that do have to work here, they're right next to a bus stop. So everything is very much a nice closed circuit. The only thing I wish that was actually still hooked up to everything is this this wood cutting post, but it's not. But hey, look at that. Gary Station up and operational, up and at 'em. Up and at 'em early. It didn't take us quite as long this episode or this series so far to get up and operational. You are filling up fairly slowly, aren't you? We should probably get you a crane or a loading dock once we get the gravel up and operational. So looks as though our water situation is set. There's a pump, so it'll come from the well. It'll get pumped to the pump. The pump will pump it to the treatment. The treatment will then get pumped to the pump. The pump will then pump to the substation, and then we can fulfill the needs of all of our citizens, which is great. Nobody's going to go without water, and most definitely nobody's going to go without heat in this playthrough. We'll make sure that everybody has heat. So that'll be great. So then now what I want to do, because water was more simplistic to me, now I want to hook up electricity. So I think what I want to do here, I really do wish this was more than just a I wish there was an option that was not just a 2 times and then boom right into a 6 time. I wish there was kind of like an in between. I'm sure there's mods that can allow me to kind of have the in between, but I'm trying to not do with mods. I really want this to be kind of a modless series. Maybe in the future we can look to explore mods, but currently right now I'm just not looking to explore mods. So we'll have to do with what we have. Isn't that right? So because what we need to have happen is we need to be able to run electricity off this way. We need to be able to run electricity off this way, and we need to be able to run electricity off this way, and potentially even some more back in this direction. But we really don't need back in this direction, so it would have been great if there's like a 1 in, 1 out, 2 out, 3 out. So if it was like a 3 times instead of what we're kind of dealing with right now. So I think we can place, yeah, this construction area is a little bit in my way. Nothing we can't handle, and then do that. So I think that is great. This will cost us a fair bit. It's going to cost us actually not too bad, only 8.6 tons of steel. All right, so that's actually not bad at all. So we'll do that, and then here I do believe I want my transformer to go in. Okay, it is not big enough. So I'm actually thinking now maybe if we, because this is going to be kind of the end, I don't really want to put more here, but then we could also run and connect everything. So I think what we'll do is we're going to place this, because again, they don't really have to get to it unless they're accessing it. So we'll place that there, and then we'll hook up the 18 volt line. We're going to come off like this, and then we'll run into the transformer. Yeah, like so. Okay. And then from there, we can hook up our medium voltage lines. I really should, and I'm going to do it later. I think I'm actually going to use this front one because then it gives my options for 3. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to need 3 on the back. So actually, let's do it on this back one. So then we have options 3 on the front, and let's hook it up there. I should place another substation down in case we have an issue where it goes down, it turns on fire, whatever happens to it. It's not like the only place that we rely on to get our power from. We have a few locations where we can get power and draw from it. And I'm hoping that it's not going to completely take up all of it by supporting power to all these buildings, which it very much will. I mean, there's a lot of buildings that it's powering. So actually, with that being the case, I am going to cancel the wires. I'm going to put in, can I fit a switch? Do I need a switch? Can I put a switch in here? So I'm trying to think is because I believe, so we need power to go out here, but that's easy. I can just pull off 1 to 1. But in the city, I'm thinking we might need, we're going to need another we're going to need another location. Yeah, but we can just run more power past, because that's our plan, is to run power past. Yeah, so I don't think we're going to need actually that. What we will need though is definitely another substation, just because I know that, and actually if I place it right here, we will still manage to get every building that we want. And then we can also get out there. So actually, I'm going to place, yes, these are kind of close together. Oh, well, it's supplying a demand that we have. It's checking a box. We can always place more of these down the road and further into the city. But this is for sure checking off a box that is needing checking. So since I'm not going to be using this port, I'm going to plug it in there, and then this one again will come. No, I want it on this side. Yeah, because we don't need as many. Okay. There, so that should be the power situation hooked up. So we shouldn't have to worry about the power issue anymore. We are fully hooked up. And then we're just going to have to get heating and plumbing. And so we will get to that in 1 second. It was previously discussed in the previous episode that we would set up our sewage dump in this big lake. And that's still my plan, 100%. So what we need to do is we need to take this sewage and kind of a little bit of a crappy is this does not get reached currently for sewage, so we do need to set up another sewage port. Wonder if we should set up another sewage port, or if I can find my sewage quickly. Yeah, it's right here. Is anything on? No, there's no construction done. I wonder if we set up the sewage here. Because with this sewage, I'm just going to pause real quick. With this sewage hooked up here, it still reaches everything that we need. Or it reaches everything that we need. And it's still at a high elevation. So then we can actually just export out. We don't have to set up another one, which would be honestly very beneficial. Instead of having 2 locations that... having 2. It would make it a lot more wise. So I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to take out that one. They haven't started building it. Really, there's no penalty to us. And then what we can do is turn this around and have it exporting all of our sewage out. And then we can just double check and confirm that yes, indeed, it covers literally everything instead of having to do 2 of them, which is perfect and wonderful and great. So I definitely up here, once the town grows, we're going to need more switches to export or just to send out our sewage. But I don't believe currently we're going to need it because it's pretty much this one should manage all. And we probably only need a medium sewage pipe to do it. So we are going to need to set up our sewage discharge. And then we can run the pipe out to the sewage. I just think probably a good location is right here for the sewage. And wow, I actually can get it without needing bulldozer. I was about to just say, I was like, normally I can't get it right away, and I need bulldozers to come in and do some excavating, but it seems as though it wanted to be nice to me today. So we might actually set this up as a construction location. And something that I should also look to get up and operational near the, probably not near the quarry, but potentially up in here is the starter foundation for our construction yard. Because currently we're just working out of free stuff, and it's, you know, it's good, but you know, not ideal. Or we can even set it up in here, since like all of our construction needs are going to be around here, and then we can do storage up in here, and we can send a train that comes in. So this would be kind of like very much the industrial sector, and kind of almost like the hammer to the people, right? So they will be the backbone to everything that's going on in their city. So with that being all set up and hooked up, I think we discussed that, yes, we only need probably the medium to go in. And yeah, this is going to be a long pipe. 200 tons of gravel. Wow. Can we lower that amount? Yeah, we can. Okay. Let's do that. Should I do it the far one? No, I'll do it the near one because I can run past. This is going to be probably the biggest project that needs to happen, is definitely that pipe. So now once those are done, we can easily export everything. So if we take just a quick peek back, power is hooked up. We added a second transformer, or I guess substation. We have them hooked up and in. We have our high voltage coming in with options to separate, which is great. That's what we needed. So power to me looks good. Water, we have hooked up water. We're very proud of water. Sewage we hooked up. Pretty proud of sewage. It covers everything with only needs for one. And then now the dreaded. Because last time this was the thing that ended my my season. I'm just gonna save just due to that little jump we had. I don't want to lose the save. So we had an issue last time with heating. That caused a problem. And I don't want to have another problem with heating again. That's going to wreck a playthrough. So, where do we want to have this placed? I do like the idea of having it placed over here. The only issue with that is I don't know if we're going to keep everything that is here still here. So we would have to set up a bus stop here, and that would require us to cart out our citizens. I don't want to place it close to the city because it does bring pollution, and pollution is no good. So I think probably the best bet is to set it up over here. And actually, one thing before we place that down, does gravel require, I know it requires water, so we're going to have to use that other one to pump out this direction. We'll just use all underground, and we'll try to keep the pump over here out of the way of the boards, because, you know, that's our first industry, can't wreck it all. They do need water, they do need power. I think it's just drinking water, so we might actually honestly just be able to take just drinking water to them and not have to set it up as like kind of our initial temporary setup, so that we're not you know, we're not running, that would probably be like 1,200 tons of gravel, and that would just probably be an absolute ton, a ton. So, and the heating itself, I mean, if we do it way out here, the heating itself is going to take, that pipe is going to honestly be quite a long pipe, right? So I'm trying to find what's the best juggle between not polluting my city and not having to spend so much on piping. Because if we take a look, I'm going to want to do underground, and we can only do small. Can this tell me what we're kind of looking at? So if I do it all the way out here, which is where we're looking to do, actually that's not too bad. 62 tons of gravel, 14 tons of concrete, 30 tons of steel. I mean, that's not, it could be a lot worse, right? It takes a lot of days to do. I mean, if we go back here, I honestly just, I don't know, like, you know, how far we need to be. So another thing is, like, how far do we have to be? So actually, let's take a look. I think what the goal, what the amount is I was watching somebody and they said it was about 600 they went, which does put us over in here, which I'm thinking, but they had the large plant. So I think we might be able to get away if it was in here for our first heating plant. I mean, that's a lot closer, even in here. So I think 300 meters would be good. So that puts us anywhere in here, anywhere next to this voltage line. I think what we could easily do as well to kind of get the trucks off the road. So I think we could easily, I guess not easily. Hold up. Trying to put in a bus stop. Doesn't seem like it wants to cooperate. I want to put a bus stop in like right here. Is it because, yeah, I think it's because of a slope. No, it's saying because of infrastructure, whatever. So I think what we'll do is a bus stop here. This gives us that opportunity to put our construction stuff in here as well. And then we can also look to place in, I think I want to do it on this side, because yeah, it comes out of the front. Actually, wow, it kind of reaches everything out here. No, not everything. So we will have to pump it in. So that's fine. I do want this do want this to be like this, right? But I don't want it to the point where there's so much congestion going on here. I don't want this as where storing stuff would be, because if the construction office here and there's also storing here, like that's going to create such a backlog jam. I'd rather have everything being stored more in the city on a location that is less used and more open, if that makes kind of any sense. So that's what we're going to aim for, but definitely, I definitely think that the small heating plant can go here. I just want to take a look at aggregate and aggregate storage. We just need a small one. This isn't too expensive, and I think we can actually, so if I went ahead and I mirrored this, and maybe I'll deactivate construction just so they don't put it in their queue. But if I went like this, put that down there, and I look at truck loading, but I don't want that. I want truck unloading. Unloading. I did this. Actually, I think, yeah, hold on. Let me delete this. I'm going to spend a good 20 minutes just figuring this out. So I did truck unloading. If I put it, I did this, right? And then I put my aggregate, small aggregate, like, and I put them both, hooked them both up. So if I did this, and then can I hook? Why did you hook up? Okay, let me cancel you and let me hook up you. No. Well, regardless, they can both work. So if I did like that, right, and then I put the small heating plant. Could I like that kind of closed circuit because we don't need anything else coming in. So we'll delete all of this, right? Actually, we'll pull this to here. And then I'll grab the heating plant. And we can place it in like so, and then we can hook it. Can I hook it up here? I do that, and then can I like, oops, too much. How does that look? No, because that's, I like it, Picasso, but it's blocking the, actually, would it? Can I just like send it around? I do like this and like 35, like that, and then that to there, and like so, and then this can, yeah, okay, I like that closed, because then we can just unload, like we can bring in coal, because obviously we're not going to have a location that we know of currently, so at least the trucks can bring it in, because obviously this small heating is going to become obsolete eventually in the future. We're just not going to need it. Then we can get rid of it, and then this also gives us room to expand out this way as well and build our construction offices in here, and then eventually we can wrap and connect. Actually, to avoid me forgetting that that's what I want to do, I am going to so if I bring it, I'm gonna hook it up now just so I don't forget. So if I bring it like that, and then in, I think like that, yeah, okay, there we go. So then now I can set up some storage stuff in here, so this is kind of all hooked up together. I do like that. It's more ways into the city, so they can kind of navigate around whichever way they wish. Cool. All right. That looks good to me. This looks good to me. I can... Is this... No. Why? Please tell me. It works. It's just, I don't know. It's being weird. Yeah, because this... Oh, hey. Can I mirror you? Would that allow me to actually run something under here? Okay, let me double check. Let me check. Small storage. So I want to mirror it, and I want it... Oh, wow. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Are you not lifted? No, you weren't. Hey. Well, whoops. I think this is better anyways. I'm going to cancel anything. That. Maybe... No. There's a building in the way. Whatever. Okay. Looks good. Closed circuit. Nice. Honestly, we don't even need a road going to this, do we? Oh, well. It'll be set up just for the temporary construction stop, so we can actually activate all of that. And then... timestamp this, everybody. I don't know how to do timestamps, but... let's make sure that we hook up the heat. So, I'm probably gonna do off of this one here to give me 2 more options, because we'll probably want to put. Should we just put an exchange? Not an exchange. Sorry, a small pumping station that can give me the option in case I want to divide, but like. It's a small heating plant. It can't provide that much heat to begin with. Right? It's like, do we need it? I feel like if we were trying to hook like 2 small cities together, but like I don't think we need it. I just think we need just a pipe that just, you know, goes straight in. And well, we're not going to be able to. Can I bring it here and then I can hook it up there, but oh. I do there and then there. Ah, yay. Oh, that's not where I wanted it though. I wanted it here. Oh boy. So I can do here and then I think I can do, wow. Bro, I don't want that. We want that and then we'll do that. Yeah. That's more what we want. So 23 tons, 43. I mean, yeah, you can't really get away from it, but this is definitely a lot closer than running it far, right? So cool. We have our football field up, and this is nice too. Like the only main in, actually not really, because you know this is a way that they can get out. This is a way they can get out. So we have a lot of flow to the city, which is going to be very good. We didn't want it to be super congested when citizens were trying to do everything in the city. So this allows us to actually expand as we need and add additional well, we need to upgrade to gravel. It's just going to allow us to do it, which is good. So yeah, now wow, we're planning a lot faster than in season 1. Season 1 was slow. So one thing that I think, yeah, so we'll need to look at hooking up power and everything over here for itself, because there's currently nothing hooked up, and as well as at the sewage, there's just nothing hooked. Can we? Do you not need power? You don't need power. You just kind of dump. Okay, cool. So we don't need to hook anything up to you. So, but we do need electrical here. I do like it that it like can reach over there, but it just can't reach over here. Yeah, so we do need power. I think what we'll do, because it's going to come from there, we will hook it up. I don't want it almost like tucked away, but not in the way, you know what I mean? And I might actually run these above ground just to alleviate the underground from not having space. So we'll do that there. And then it also needs water, so we can do a substation. Yeah, I like the substation right here. That's not bad. And then I believe it also needed sewage. So we'll do sewage going out in this direction. See if we can angle it. Yeah, okay. So that's good. So this now that we set up the water in a certain way that actually, oh yeah, we were talking about doing pump here to lead out to the gravel. So actually, yeah, now we did hook this up right. So then we can do, I think honestly, just a small would do. I don't think we have to go super overkill. If we have to add more, we will. And then I think because this is coming from the treatment, I think we'll do a large and in. I wish you could go like 1 into 2 because I don't really need the 3 in the back if I'm going straight from here, right? I guess we could do like, no, that's just extra material. No, I don't know. Let's do, it doesn't really matter where we put it. Let's do that. Okay, so now it'll pump out, it'll hook up, and it'll pump to this substation. And then again, I'm not going to really worry too much. Oh. Nah, I'm not going to worry too much. I'm just going to hook it up directly. I'll worry. Actually, I don't want it on that one. I want it on this one. But no, we should have a switch here. Because if we're going to bring in, you know, well, actually, we would just pick up sewage. Yeah, and then we just drop it here. Can we drop it here? Or we need like a sewage drop location, like a sewage loading and unloading station. How much does this cost? It's honestly pretty cheap. So it looks like we just can kind of like unload our sewage. How does this work? So stations for vehicle unloading. So it must look like we can just like load and then unload. And it looks like we have ways to connect. Oh, I hope this is right. Does this need power? Do you need power? You need power. Okay, so would it really be beneficial then? It would give us a way that we don't have to run piping all the way out there because we could just use a sewage truck. So maybe if we flip it, flip it, and then we do it like here, and then they can, does this make pollution? No. So I'm kind of thinking is if we do it here, right? Do it kind of off like that. Then we can do a medium. Connect it in like so. And then we can do a small and connect it in like so. Now this allows us, and I don't think we're getting into that. I'm trying to avoid getting into that. This allows us to at least dump the sewage from here with sewage trucks, and then it'll flow out. So we don't really have to export, but at least we don't have to run a pipe that far and bankrupt ourselves again. So I do like that option. So I think I'm going to run with that. All right, so that now has power, that has heat, and that has water and sewage. It has everything it needs to function properly, and this has power from that substation. Cool. Everything, oh wow, we can get like a nice like hilltop view. Whoa, I really like that. And oh, actually it would be like this. There you go. There's your teaser for the thumbnail. I really like that photo. That's awesome, actually, the hill. Can you imagine just like an avalanche though? Kind of like Frank Slide. Anyways, yes, so it is all looking absolutely wonderful in episode 2. I am going to again need to take, I have to figure out a way to not have to look at the timestamps. So I'm going to take a look at the timestamps just to kind of see how far into the episode we are. I will be right back. Really good that I took a look because we have really hit that mark. We are at 59 minutes so far. So that does mean that this is the end of the episode today. I'm not too sure if my audio is acting very funny. It seems funny to me in the editing. So I might have to take a look at my audio and look at, you know, if if things are weird, because it seems on my end they are. So if you guys notice my audio is being funky and have any recommendations on how I can look to improve my audio, please let me know. I'm not by any means a production expert or an audio expert or anything remotely close to any of that. So any and all help is very much appreciated. So please, if you know, let me know. And looks like we are really hitting a good underway. We got Gary Station up and Braavoslov School. I do want to maybe get the school a rename, name it something cool and unique. So if you have any ideas on what we can name the new school that was just put in, please let me know, and we'll go from there. So thank you everybody once again for tuning in. I really do appreciate every single time when I get to interact with you through the comments, and I have really been enjoying making these let's play videos. It is a really fun, kind of gets my mind off of everything else, just to sit down, record an episode, and then get to hear everybody's comments and what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, how I can improve, and what you're liking. So again, if you do like the video, please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment so that I can respond to you and we can have a bit of a conversation. I'll also be linking the Discord through the community. I don't know if it's like a community chat or just like a community bubble thing. It's where I asked what our additional series alongside workers and resources should be. I'll link the Discord there so that everyone can kind of come and chat and hang out. So again, thank you, and I hope to see everybody on the next one. Take care.